Hello and welcome to this live where I'm going to be speaking to muMEcations, Ali Smith of muMEcations, about our upcoming Rest and Receive retreat, which we announced yesterday and I'm so excited about. But first and foremost, I would like to acknowledge that I am currently in Sydney, in Gordon, which is in Ku-ring-gai, and the traditional landowners here are the Aboriginal people of the Ku-ring-gai area. I pay my respects to the elders past, present and emerging. I will now welcome our wonderful guest, Ali Smith, to jump on and talk to us all about retreats. I feel like I'm on a retreat actually. This is my husband's grew up here. It's so beautiful. I love it. Hello, Ali. Are you here?
I am.
I decided to style my hair like you today. Mum bun.
This is how my hair. Every day. I never wear it down.
Every day is
You'll never see me with my hair down.
It's so nice to wear my hair out, and then it's so impractical. So, anyway,
yeah.
Hashtag mum life. Welcome to the chat, and I'm so excited and grateful for all of your help in getting the retreat launched, and we're going to have so much fun at the end of May and early June. So if you haven't seen already, make sure to check out my last few posts about the Rest and Receive retreat, and of course you can always message me to find out more. But if you stick around, that's what we're going to talk about today. But first, Ali, tell us my favorite question: who are you? It's a fun question. Tell us a little bit about you.
It's a tough one. So I'm Ali and I live in Geelong, Victoria, and I started muMEcations in 2019 when I became, well, I was a mum to two. I'm a mum to two girls, 80, aged 8, and Macy, aged 4, and I had a fairly traumatic birth with 80 and a rough transition to motherhood. I developed postnatal depression when 80 was about 4 months old, I think. And I just experienced a complete loss of identity myself. I lived a very free and fulfilling life beforehand, lots of travel like you overseas. I was working overseas and then I'd come back for a while, and that was basically my life on rotation for years. So I found the transition to motherhood quite difficult.
Yep.
And then when Macy, my youngest, was 8 months old, my mum passed away, and I fell in a bit of a heap about 6 months after that, and had the opportunity to travel to northwest Indonesia to work with a not-for-profit organisation supporting women and children. And I checked out of my mum life for 8 days and came home with a huge desire to help other mums take time out from their mum duties. Other women take, time out from mum duties, and just to spend some time with their friends or by themselves and nurture their self-care and well-being. And muMEcations was created not long after that.
I absolutely love how you created that, but also how you shared your story. And it can be such a challenge, that transition to motherhood. There's actually a word for it. It's called matrescence. So it's the transition from woman to motherhood, and that word really helped me a lot during my pregnancy. I probably had like postnatal before. I was like so anticipatory of how my life would change, and the unknown of how the life would change. And the work that I do with personal brand is talking about who you are and how you show up. And I just felt like I was getting put in the mum box, and I couldn't abide that. I was like, no, I'm me, I'm Emma. Like I was fighting so hard, and it was such an interesting process to go through. And now it's still, as our lives develop and as the children's lives develop, we're still integrating that piece of us. But what I talk about a lot with all of my clients is that there are many pieces of us. We're not one title. And so you are a mother, but I think I really encourage people to introduce them first as themselves. I am Alison.
Absolutely.
I am a woman. I have desires, needs, and I also have to be a mother to two beautiful children. And I run a business.
Yep, that's right. Yep, the struggle is real, and I try and focus on doing that so much. Sometimes I forget to write. Oh yeah, and I'm a mum to two kids.
I know it's so important, and the time away, and which is what why I really wanted to partner with you, because I love that your take on the retreats. So that time and space away, checking out from the day to day, and then not filling the time. That was something that really stood out to me when you talked about muMEcations, was not jam packing the itinerary, because we've all been on a trip like that. We've all been on
Yeah.
conferences and events like that, and there's no time to actually
Yeah.
retreat.
Downtime.
To
Yep.
enjoy
That's right.
the space that
Yep.
you've been given.
Yes. Exactly. The rest. Just little things like something I don't have time to do at home is read a book, and I love reading a book. That sitting by the pool, enjoying a cocktail, going for a walk, sleeping, anything, listening to a podcast. It's just, yeah.
And then you get FOMO.
Absolutely.
Well, sometimes you get FOMO when there's an itinerary, and even without, I was even thinking about it last night, because as I said, you can't sleep. I'm too excited
Yeah.
with all ideas about this retreat. And I was thinking, oh, well, invite someone to come and do a session in the morning. We could do, like a mindfulness. And actually, I just went on a retreat, and it was nice. It just happened spontaneously. Like, two ladies like, oh, something got cancelled. We were meant to do something early in the morning, and it got cancelled. So it was like, oh, do you just want to do nothing? And one of the ladies said, oh, I could do a yoga. I'm actually a yoga instructor. And someone else said, well, I do mindfulness, like meditation. And so we just had this informal and
Created it.
and did it, and it was so nice, that spontaneity. And so I thought, no,
Yeah.
I'm not going to put that in there, because if there's someone on the retreat like me who gets wants to do all the things, if there's yoga in the morning, I will want to get up.
Yeah.
And if I don't get up, I'll feel guilty, and we don't want any of
Yes.
that.
No, that's absolutely not what it's about. It's about letting go of that mum guilt and recognizing that we all deserve time to be who we are, not a mum.
Yeah.
And that means no cooking, no cleaning, uninterrupted sleep, being pampered, and sleeping in if that's what you desire.
And the pampering was something I really loved in yours as well, because for me, retreat is like, it has to include something like a facial or a massage or a mani-pedi or something luxurious that you may not have the time to do. Because I often, when I travel, get a massage or get my, especially when I'm going to Southeast Asia, where those things are not only financially accessible, but they're brilliant at them. So you're getting these pampering treatments that at home would cost $300, and you wouldn't even dream of maybe doing on a monthly basis. But on a retreat, of course you would do that. So I love that that's often included, and we've included it.
It's a staple. It's a staple inclusion. Yeah. Has to go into all packages, all retreats.
Cheese platter. If there's not a cheese platter, I'm out. I'm not coming.
Yes. Welcome drinks and cheese platters. Absolutely.
Nibbles. I love the way we say nibbles. It's just got a very Kath and Kim vibe to it. And I'm absolutely on board with some nibbles and some Chardonnay. But
that's funny.
But I must point out though, so for the Rest and Receive retreat, this is a business retreat. This is targeted at female leaders. However, some of those women will be mothers, but if they aren't mothers, that is totally okay. Your business is called muMEcations. muMEcations. Me in that is really
all about
capitalized.
Yep.
So this is not. We have partnered with muMEcations because of how wonderful you are, Ali, and how brilliantly you run the retreats, and it's really exciting for you that this is going to be a new offering through your business. But people don't have to be mothers to come on the Rest and Receive retreat, but they don't actually have to be a mother necessarily to come on a muMEcations either.
No, absolutely not. No, there's no age limitations either. I recently back in 2020 around our lockdowns, I ran a retreat to Lawn for 18 amazing women. And I had two sisters bring their mum along, and she was in her 80s, and it was just incredible.
I love that.
They had such a lovely weekend. Yeah, it was great.
Well, we need a break sometimes, and we need a reason to have a break. And, not necessarily, you can call it a holiday if you want. You can call it whatever you like. And, for tax deductible purposes, it's definitely a business retreat, this one. It's also about creating that space, because I know for me, the thing that I've missed about travel, and we're both travelers at heart, is that even getting on a plane, buses and trains, the commute, the actual process of traveling for me, that's when
the vibe.
that's when my mind is open. That's when I used to do all of my organization. Like I'd tidy up my phone, I'd tidy up my computer desktop, I would write lists of to do, I'd get organized on those plane trips or buses or trains. Obviously that's a little bit different now with my hands full with my son traveling with me most of the time, but still I went on a trip to Mission Beach, actually to my first ever retreat in 2020. We were fortunate enough to be allowed to travel within Queensland, and I just said yes. And that first flight, I just bawled my eyes out, because literally when you're up in the cloud, like the expansion in your mind and the ideas and the openness that came straight away from being that. And it was like, I'm home. And
yeah, the excitement.
That's your normal. That is other people that, you know, that might be a treat, and doing that every so often.
Yeah.
For when this travel is part of your life.
Yeah.
You know, it's a real tool for creativity.
And yep, I agree. It's even been at the airport around the vibe, and you know, a lot of people don't get that and see that, but I think it's super exciting.
There's optimism, there's hope, there's I cried. It was like, you know, that like Love Actually scene when people are all hugging each other and all these, like, you know, when the open everyone's hugging. I was like, oh my God, like, you know, because opportunity, they mean getting to see family, mean getting to come home, they mean a lot. And so obviously with this retreat, it's based in Gold Coast, and so there could be women coming from all over Australia, and you do offer retreats all over Australia, don't you?
Yes, and just about to launch one to Bali in May next year.
Amazing.
Very exciting. Yeah, go back, and we've got a really exciting day planned with a local not-for-profit organisation over there. So it's going to be amazing.
And so something we've done with this retreat is we've factored in a donation element to, so each woman who comes along, we're going to make a donation to muMEcations. So can you explain that element of your business and why you wanted to have a not-for-profit element?
Yes. So I restructured muMEcations to a not-for-profit last March, so just over a year ago. And my aim for that is, I'm currently going through the process to become a registered charity, and I hope to attract and secure some government funding and corporate sponsorship to be able to fund our retreats for women who are experiencing poor mental health and wellbeing due to financial hardship or domestic violence, health treatment, caring for a child with disability, that kind of hardship, and who could really benefit from coming away on a retreat but financially can't afford it.
Absolutely.
So I'm just so grateful that you're including a donation for muMEcations, and that'll help us get a mum away on one of our retreats later this year.
Oh, it's absolutely my pleasure. It's that spoke so much to my heart, and I think it's such a beautiful offering, because it's not I think I take for granted. I choose to travel, and I choose to include it in my life, and a large part of my finances goes towards that. I say I don't work to live, I work to travel, but it's not the case for everyone, and it is just not possible to think of like a $1,500, $2,000 time away. It's just actually for some people it will not fit in the budget, nor I guess have that support to get there. So I love that you've created that. These women who genuinely need that space can have it, and who can afford it, why shouldn't we chip in a little bit extra and sponsor that?
Yeah.
So there's
makes a big difference
that people could you know, buy a trip and sponsor a trip.
Yep, absolutely. Pay it forward. There's lots of opportunities, and obviously being a not-for-profit, any of the self-funded attendees, their money is redistributed towards providing another spot for a woman. So
I love that. It's incredible. It's such a great business model. I would love to also talk about our retreat. So it's a little slightly different, I guess, in terms of what you would usually offer, but a lot of the inclusions are there. So shall
exactly the same.
Rattle.
That's right.
What's included? Do you want to go, or do you want me to share?
Yeah, you go.
Okay, so we've got 2 nights at the incredible Intercontinental Sanctuary Cove Resort on the Gold Coast, which is just feels like a holiday.
Divine.
I'm going to go and do a live there in the next week or two because I live very close to it, which will be super fun. So go and show you where we're going to be staying. There will be 3 days we get to be together. So I do really suggest that people fly in earlier and actually maybe get your massage, which is also included on that first day to kick off the retreat right.
Mm-hmm.
We have a photo shoot included, a personal brand photo shoot with the amazing Cruise Creations. So she's going to come and photograph us in our sessions, but also a dedicated photo shoot. So everybody's going to walk away with a gorgeous headshot and a few images that they can use for their brand. We will have content. We're going to have content sessions, but they're going to be very action driven. We will be having a maximum of 6 hours over the couple of days because it is my belief that being on the retreat itself and the amazing women that we're going to bring together, that's the magic and that's the power. So having enough time, not only at our lunches, which are included, our fabulous dinners, which are included, our cocktail and nibbles, which is included, there's going to be space and time that you can go for a walk, go to the pool, sit with another lady and have a coffee, read your book, write your business plan, whatever you choose to do in that time, it's your time to use it. And that being in this space is where that magic is going to happen. So I really didn't want to have content overload. We will get a lot out of the sessions that we have, but also that time just generating space and ideas.
That pool is just amazing. Yeah.
Let the things come through. No, part of it for me, I love going on retreats and I thoroughly enjoyed the time, but the thing that I love the connections I make, and I just wish I had more time with those women and to get to know them and hearing their stories and hearing them be so open and honest about what they're going through and their business, knowing that you're not alone. That's been a really magical part.
Yeah.
See that in your retreats as well.
Oh, the connections are incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is. I used to lead tours in the Middle East with Intrepid Travel, and remember that, just that time doing something unique and something really special is just creates the most amazing connections.
Yeah.
I have ladies come away on the retreats who don't know each other and go away being great friends and planning to travel on other retreats together. It's just amazing.
Oh yeah, I've seen people start businesses, buy houses. Like I bought my investment property because of meeting someone on a trip. He is a real estate in Honey Bay. So I achieved my dream of buying property. Through some of the retreats that I've been going on with Business Club, I've ended up having business partners. I've got coaches, I have mentors, I have collaborators, and that's all just in the last 2 years. It's absolutely transforming my business, and that's why I absolutely wanted to include it in my business and offer that opportunity to other women and to say you will walk away with something tangible. We're going to have our photos, we're going to have a little content plan so that you can go out there and take action and start putting your brand forward. Absolutely. But the intangible is that connection piece. It is that openness. It is that space for creation that you just cannot get when you're at home, in your office and in your day-to-day life. You have to remove yourself, and you have to invest in yourself to do that. Choose to take the time, choose to invest, financially and time-wise and energetically, to get that breakthrough.
How great is it just being around a group of women that are excited for you and your business? I often find in my personal life that you just don't get that. So being around in a space where people want to learn about your business and want to see you succeed and help and collaborate, it's just incredible, an incredible feeling.
And it has been my absolute pleasure to be able to witness your journey and to experience that. And you will be with us. You will actually be there with us. Fantastic.
Yes, I'm the host to make sure everything runs smoothly and no one has to lift a finger or do anything.
Really good for me. 30 May to June, which will be lovely weather up there. I think it'll be getting chilly everywhere.
Gorgeous.
But Gold Coast, it is the winter months are actually my favourite months of the year to be there. It will be gorgeous. We have that space, as I said, to work. You will have your massage included. So once you book, we make sure that you get that booked in right away. We have the $100 donation that's included for muMEcations. We also have little goodies and gift bags. So there'll be a welcome gift and there'll be a few treats throughout, which I'm not going to share because that's the fun, the surprise. Of course, you've got to get some goodies on a retreat. Is there anything I'm forgetting? We have a very long list of inclusions. So I covered it.
No, I think just there. I think we just need to promote how amazing this resort is, how beautiful the accommodation. And if you choose a twin share room, it's 2 double beds, because everyone deserves a double bed when they go away by themselves, or a king bed in a single room. And the grounds, it's like being on a remote island in the middle of the Gold Coast. It's just absolutely divine.
The actual main building, I went to a breakfast there years ago and it was just, it's got these glass windows and it just feels like a high tea sort of room. It's very regal, the first building. And then, yes, as you say, the grounds just open up. You feel like you're a million miles away, which will be lovely for me because I'm actually only 25 minutes away from the actual location.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah,
a real treat, and just that's again why we didn't want to jam pack this itinerary, because you want to be able to actually see the property. And I've been on that conferences and events and trips where I haven't even, on the last morning I'm like, I've got to get in the pool because I didn't see it, or I've got to walk around the property just because I didn't get to see what it looked like. And a lot of people see travel for business and they go, oh, that's so luxurious. So many people just see the inside of a hotel room.
Yes,
and it's
absolutely.
Room. It's a lovely room, but we don't want
you
to enjoy the surrounds. And
and the marina village is only a short walk away, I think, with some lovely boutique shops.
Got to do a little bit of shopping on your trip. That's lovely as well.
And
I will go next week and take a little tour. It is just a beautiful place to be, and instant holiday, relax, retreat vibes. And then we'll come together to do a little bit of work. I'm telling people not to bring their laptops. I'm going to have actual pen and paper. Amazing old school. We'll have a little workbook, but obviously if people need their laptops, they're welcome to, or their phones to work on. I wouldn't promote people if they want. If you enjoy a scroll and that's how you rest, that's fine too. I'm not going to be like no phones or anything like that. Also, we would love you to take lots of photos and do all the reels. The last retreat I went, ended up making heaps of reels, so that will be we can do a little bit of reels tutorial as well if people want to make a reel and photo slideshow of their time there. But tell me as well, you were just saying, like, I love you just drop it in casually. So when I was a travel tour leader in the Middle East, tell me a little bit of your travel background, because it must feel so.
Well, I first started, when I was living in Benalla. I grew up in Benalla in northeast Victoria, and I was working as a legal secretary, I think when I was 19 or 20, and I decided that I wanted to work at the local travel agency. And I went in and I said, I think you should give me a job. And he said, and why is that? And I said, because I'll be a great travel agent. And he said, where have you travelled? And I said, in Australia. And he said, have you got a passport? And I said, no. And he's like, I don't think so. And I said, no. And I kept bugging him until finally he put me on as a receptionist. And then I worked my way up. I taught myself, for years. I spent the next couple of years being a retail travel agent in Benalla. And then I relocated to Geelong because my family was down here, and I decided that I was going to travel the world constantly. I needed to go everywhere and work overseas. So I started some temp work with Flight Centre Corporate. So I do temp work and then I'd go overseas, and I ended up on a work trip with geckos. Do you remember geckos? Yeah, for over to Egypt. And so I went off traveling around Egypt for a month, and then ended up in India for 3 months in the base of the Himalayas in northern India, doing some volunteer work. And I came home and decided that I was going to go back and work for Intrepid Travel in the Middle East as a tour leader. So I went through the process and yeah, I still wonder how they gave me the job. But suddenly I found myself over in Egypt training to be a tour guide, and I started running a 21-day overland tour starting in Egypt, overland up into Jordan, Syria, Turkey, and then I'd fly back from Istanbul to Cairo and do it on repeat for a year. It was the most incredible year of my life, really, with lots of, it was difficult and hard and crazy and amazing, lots of every feeling.
I love that. Yes.
Yeah. And I think I'm just I don't know, I feel like,
there's a
sorry.
woman that you're still connected to that you met on your training.
Yes. So on my training tour, there was a local Egyptian girl, a man, who was training. So the locals couldn't do the cross borders. That's why us. That's why we had to do the overland tours, because we could get visas into the other countries. So Iman was doing the Egypt tours, and we were on the same training tour. And we met the group for dinner on day one, and the second day we headed to the pyramids and then out for lunch. And about an hour later, our tour leader passed away. It was just one of the craziest, it was probably my craziest travel memory ever. So we had to take over the group and lead it for the next, I think that was a 15-day tour. So, I'm still really great friends with the people on that tour and Iman, and we've actually chatted about I'd like to run a muMEcations retreat back to Egypt in a couple of years' time. So she'll be our local guide. So lots of plans. And India, you and I have talked about India too.
Yeah. So I love muMEcations is going full circle. Oh yeah, I'm happy. Like I this is our first one and we're going to go all out, but I do see this as something that we will do in the future. And already there, unfortunately, people have got, well, not unfortunately, yay, everybody's jumped back on the travel wagon. And May, I know there's people who are booked up in May and they're like, when's the next one? So I was like, well, we better.
Yeah.
But
yep.
My heart country, and absolutely I think it's really nice to be able to, for people who may not be able to go on their own or would be too daunted.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So far away,
yep.
So foreign, to be able to, when you've already been, to be able to take people on that experience and then connect with locals who obviously have the local knowledge, but to have who can be the midpoint, it's quite a nice, I guess, structure.
It is, yeah, for sure.
I'm so excited. So the Rest and Receive retreat, all the R's, is live now. We've already had some bookings come in, which is incredible. We have a maximum of 15 spots. You did touch on a very important point. We have 3 options for how people can attend or how people can pay and attend. So there is a monthly payment plan. So there's 3 monthly payments. We understand that people need that structure. There is, though, an upfront payment discount. So if you're able to pay up front and you want to lock it in right away, you can pay up front. Both of those are single rooms with the king, lovely, spacious bed. Or you could decide to bring your business bestie and come along with a friend. And especially if maybe you haven't been on a trip for a while, you feel a bit daunted about coming into a group experience, or you just want to share that with somebody that you love working with and connecting with, there's the business bestie option, which is a twin room, and that gets a further discount because you're sharing the room together with 2 double beds though, so lots of space in that room as well. So yeah, 15 spots. That is it. Ali and I will be there. We'll be leading the way on the retreating, definitely. And I love your business. I love what you stand for. I love the opportunity and the support that you're giving to mothers, to women, to business women. So thank you for helping me make this dream come true.
Thank you. I'm glad we connected and met. It was meant to be. Very excited.
Crazy. Do you want to tell how you found me? Yes,
well, I just happened to, and it was quite random because I'd not been following Amy Bett, but I somehow came across one of her podcast episodes and it was talking with you. I was interviewing you about your brand builders, and I just decided that that was actually what I needed. I'd promised myself no more courses, but for some reason I had a feeling that yeah, that for some reason I needed to do this course. And so the next day, I think it had started, or 2 days later or
Yeah,
something, we connected and it was all, yeah,
jumped on the phone and thought,
yeah,
good spirits. I was like, yep, I get travel. Yep,
yeah,
I get retreats. Yep, I get business owner. Yep, I understand the not showing up. Yep,
mhm,
help with all of that.
yeah,
And then
exactly.
are just travel stories, and then we're like, no,
That's right. Yeah.
it's wonderful. And how you've shown up in the group, and it's going to be so wonderful because some of our lovely brand builders are actually coming. Some of the past course members are coming already, so for you to have
Yeah.
them too. So I
It'd be great to meet them.
love that you made the choice to invest in yourself, and thank you for just doing one more course.
Yeah, that's right. The last one. Yeah.
We're always learning, we're always developing, we're always at different stages. So I know I'm in a similar boat. We do at different times need different support, and that's what it is. Fundamentally, it's support in your business and a little bit in our lives of where we're going. And why not have that with a bunch of amazing women?
Exactly.
I adore you. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone for
Too.
If you need to learn more about the Rest and Receive retreat, head to the link in bio. You can contact me, private message me at Lovely Comms. How can we find you, Ali?
Facebook and Instagram and website, muMEcations. Lots of people call it muMEcations. I say I don't take women away and mummify them. It takes a while, but we get there. muMEcations.
I love it. Yes, muMEcations. Don't forget the me.
Me. Yeah, that's right.
Thank you for your time today, Ali, and thank you to everyone for tuning in.
Thanks. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.